don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello there. I'm going to start this off by saying please buy my book. Yeah, I'm here spoiling the whole thing because I'm reading it all to you. Honestly, what I probably should have just done is read the book to myself and then just done chapter recaps for y'all. But, yeah, I finished the book, not the book, I finished the chapter number 2. It goes by much quicker. It's a much shorter chapter. I could have done it all in one sitting, but if you watched, like, part 1 of chapter 2, my allergies are killing me, so, yeah, do what you gotta do. Oof. Yeah, but I actually do enjoy how I paced this one out. There are a few spots I realized where I ought to separate, like near the end of the second part. It was something where I actually stopped a moment while I was reading and go like, uh-oh, I made a mistake there. It's not exactly a mistake, but for me, the way I'm dividing everything, like right here, it's literally right here. I like to separate each column between, like, if it's the narrator or if it's Lier. The only one person is allowed to be talking in one paragraph. Apparently in this one, I have Lier talking in the beginning, and then I have Elsri talking afterwards. And I'm not a big fan of that. I wanted to separate it all out so it kind of separates it more evenly. So you can see why I kind of have an issue with this. It's just a small little thing, because this is like this is all Lier talking here. It's all one paragraph, because it's just how I like to do things. So it kind of bugged me seeing that and going like, yeah, I made a mistake right there. It's not exactly a big mistake because it's noticeable. It basically, Lier, what was it? Where was it? Yeah, it says Lier asked, and then Blue Leader replied. So you know who's talking. But that's something that bugs me as a kind of, the way it's all laid out. I do like the way I actually wrote about the way it goes silent. I was a fan of that. The one thing I wish I'd done better is the image, like the crystal where she taps it to her head and then gives an image and it starts to billow out and create the sequence she's talking about. I should have described it a little better, because in my head I see everything as it's playing out because I created the story. But for those reading it, well, I guess that's the good thing. They'll all get something different, but I don't know if they'll see what I see or if they'll even understand what I'm trying to lay out. But I did get it across. It's just like an image is played in light of an elf jumping from tree to tree. I should have mentioned if the light's in color or things like that. I could have definitely done more. And it basically takes the image from the one who placed the crystal on it. Of course, Lier doesn't do it. However, Lier is basically, because when the crystal's activated, it takes the thoughts of anyone who's sending an image to it. So it kind of acts like telepathy in a way. So those who basically think about and I'll get into this far more later, because each crystal, actually, there is a reason as to why it works. Each crystal kind of has a brain. It's like a soul gem, a soul gem basically. It has a brain, it reacts, they can all cast different abilities, they all have different powers, everything. And later on in my books, like down the road, like I think it's several thousand years in the future, where they're actually creating fictitious ones made off of broken shards of crystals, and it goes into the sheer history of everything. Like, if you can follow along, book 2, it actually goes into what is happening to the crystals and what it does. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, because I know where everything's headed, and to me it makes sense. I don't know if people will actually catch on till book 2 or book 3, or maybe they won't even know till I finally explain it later down the road. I've already planned it all out. I already know where everything's going, why everything works the way it works, which is why I'm so excited. For me, it's just like, yes, I'm excited for this. I know what's happening. I know what everything's doing, but that's the problem. I know where everything's going, and for me to know that everything has a purpose, it's easier for me to continue reading. I know when I come across a book or a show or a movie which has something that seems like a plot hole and it's not well explained, it bugs me. It irks me to no end. But heck, I can keep writing, especially if I keep doing this. I could just keep writing. But I wish to make this my full-time job so I can get books out to you much quicker. Of course, I might need to stop reading them, so that way there's leaves some suspense at that point. But I've really enjoyed chapter 2. I wish I could have described like the tints a little better, the colors, the beauty of them all. I mean, what I was planning originally was to draw an image, like kind of like a graphic novel where there's one image for each chapter. However, yeah, I just didn't get to that point. I didn't get as far as I wished on that. I mean, I drew one for like chapter 1, and that's a very blah image. And then I drew one for what was it? Chapter... I'll find it. Nope. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I drew one for chapter 6, I think. Yeah, chapter 6. It's actually in color, but yeah, I draw all that. That's all like that. I draw all that. Doesn't look that great. I could have done better. Oh yeah, of course. My first drawing would be the first one. Yeah, I wanted to draw something catchy. But yeah, I enjoyed chapter 2. It's much quicker, much faster paced. It's something I could have done in one seating, but But I split it off into 2 parts, and now I did the 3rd part. And yeah, it seems like normally my chapter recaps are me talking about the future of the books, the future of the series, and where it's going to head and what's actually happening than it is me actually talking about the chapter recap. But I did mention that one part in the beginning about that one paragraph that needed to be separated. So I probably need to do a reprint and change a few words in here. Yeah, there's certain spots where it's just like I'm changing the words as I'm reading it. Because it's just like there was a follow and I meant fall in line, and it was just like follow in line. It's just like, how did it end up follow in line and I meant fall in line? Yeah, but yeah, I'll get to those points eventually. I'll fix them up. I should be marking up the book. Probably next time you'll see me with a pen and pencil and just like marking it up, taking notes and everything on the side. Yeah. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoy me reading the book and giving a recap on, well, not so much the chapter, but the entirety of my series. Every end of a chapter. Yeah, please leave comments down below. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.